Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and today's class is Lost at Sea. Let's move on to language focus. 1번. The Cook Islands wouldn't let them in, and other countries wanted them to take a COVID test upon arrival. Use upon to express that something happens immediately at the time of some other event. It can be used with a noun, 명사, or gerund, 동명사. So upon is what we will focus on. Something like 문대로 or 하고 나서, right after. Kind of like right after, people might say. Upon. Or quite soon after. Okay. So, example, upon completion of your training, you will be assigned to one of our branch offices. So, 교육을 마치면 귀하는 당사지사 중 한 곳에 배치됩니다. So, after you finish your training, you will be assigned to our branch 지점 offices. So, usually, example, in Samsung, you go to a training facility first. You do the training there, and then after, you are assigned to maybe a branch in Seoul, Gyeonggi, etc., etc. Or, upon receiving funding, we will begin the construction project. 자금을 받는 대로 우리는 건설 프로젝트를 시작할 것이다. So right after receiving money for the project, we will begin the construction project. Quite an easy expression to learn today. Let's move on to 2번. He said he didn't try to rescue them because they wouldn't have wanted it. Would have, wouldn't have. So you use would have or wouldn't have to speculate. Another way of kind of like saying to guess about a past situation. Alright, now this is sort of a common grammar phrase that many people learn and have trouble with. It's basically 텐데요. 텐데. Okay, now what usually happens is that it is with the word if. Not all the time, but it happens quite often. 뭐뭐 한다면 or 하면, example. So as an example here, if Jamie had studied a few hours per day, he would have passed the course. 만약 제이미가 하루에 몇 시간만 공부했더라면 그는 그 과정을 통과할 텐데. It's very often used with if. Not all the time, as we will see here. I didn't try to explain it to Don because he wouldn't have understood. 나는 Don에게 설명하려고 하지 않았다. 왜냐하면 그는 이해하지 못했을 것이기 때문에 못할 텐데. Alright? 이해하지 못할 텐데. He wouldn't have understood. So we're talking about something that happened in the past that we are speculating or guessing what might have happened. Now, let's move on to the language focus. 1번. Upon arrival in you need to So upon, remember, 뭐는 대로 하고 나서, right after. Upon your arrival in China, you need to show your visa. 중국에 도착하면 비자를 제시해야 합니다. 도착하고 나서 you should show your visa. Especially there, they are very strict. And these days, they're not even giving visas to Koreans, I think. 2번. Upon graduation from your high school, you should take a rest, in my opinion. 고등학교를 졸업하면 하고 나서 휴식을 취해야 해요. In my opinion. 3번. would have. 뭐뭐 할 텐데 등등등. I would have if I had known. Remember, we're talking about the past. So, I would have, let's say, studied earlier if I had known how difficult Korean was, or is, should I say. So, 한국어 얼마나 어려운지 알았더라면 더 일찍 공부를 시작할 텐데. Would have. 4번. I didn't because they wouldn't have I didn't go because they wouldn't have let me, as an example. 그들이 허락하지 않았을 것이기 때문에 나는 가지 않았다. Alright. Now, let's move on to the further discussion. 1번. Do you think that hosts of online platforms have a responsibility to prevent conspiracy theories and dangerous beliefs from spreading? What should they do? 당신은 온라인 플랫폼의 주최자들이 음모론과 위험한 믿음이 퍼지는 것을 막을 책임이 있다고 생각하는가? 그들은, like the hosts, 무엇을 해야 할까요? This is a difficult question because it comes down to free speech. Regardless of your opinion, you should be able to speak your mind. Now, this is the debate that's happening right now with Twitter, example. Are people allowed just to say what they want, even if it is a conspiracy theory, even though it may incite certain dangerous reactions? I think there needs to be some sort of managing of these topics. However, how do you manage it? That's the thing. Some people truly believe in certain conspiracy theories, so they might think it's real. And some people don't believe in it, obviously. And it's hard sometimes to back up certain beliefs or facts with proper facts, should I say. So, it is quite a difficult debate to find the correct answer to. In my opinion, I do think we need some monitoring of certain groups. However, that's where those groups would say that I am not giving them the right of freedom of speech. So it's so difficult to answer this question. And as we know, at the moment, it's still being debated. 2번. What can be done to teach people better critical thinking skills in the digital age? 디지털 시대에 사람들에게 더 나은 비판적 사고 기술을 가르치기 위해 무엇을 할 수 있는가? Education from a young age. From primary school, elementary school, up until high school, we need to teach people how to identify false information, or what we might perceive as false information, dangerous information. I worry as a parent now what my daughter will be exposed to in the future, so I would like to educate her in the future to understand that certain things on the internet are not true. You should not always follow what the internet says. And if you want to have an opinion, try and do as much research as possible before constructing your opinion and then spreading it to the public. Because now everything that goes on the internet usually stays on the internet. So you have to be very careful of what you say, what you express, and also what you think. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's class, and we'll see you on the next class.
Stir crazy.
Stir crazy.
Knock back a few cold ones.
Knock back a few cold ones.
Guru.
Guru.
Hoax.
Hoax.
Doom.
Doom.
Not have much to go on.
Not have much to go on.